Good morning. Thank you all for being here. This happens to be, I think, I was going to say the last major announcement of my administration. I think it's the last announcement period. And honestly, I could not imagine a more fitting capstone to our 8 years in office. So this week we're taking a massive leap forward in advancing one of our administration's highest priorities, which is reviving New Jersey's reputation as a global home for innovation. Since day one, we've set out to build a state that is brimming with opportunity for all New Jerseyans, our students, our workers, our entrepreneurs, especially our children, who will lead the economy of the future. And this morning we're coming together once again to celebrate that aspiration becoming a reality. In a few minutes, we'll be signing a memorandum of understanding that will unite New Jersey's world-renowned universities, our public sector, and one of the most formidable companies on the entire planet, NVIDIA. And together, collectively, they're going to shape the future of technology, especially generative artificial intelligence, and ultimately unlock a whole new world of possibilities. Before I go any further, I want to acknowledge a whole group of folks representing, first, the institutions of higher education. Rutgers President Dr. Bill Tate is with us this morning. New Jersey Institute of Technology's President Dr. Tech Lim is with us, and we'll hear from each of them in a few moments. Princeton is represented this morning by Dave Reiner, Rowan by Tony Lohman, Stevens Institute of Technology by Greg Townsend, and the New Jersey Council of County Colleges by Aaron Fitchner. We also have Liat Krawchuk representing the New Jersey AI Hub. Each one of these organizations has or will sign the MOU, and I'm incredibly grateful for their partnership. We have, from the government side of the House, we have the acting director of the CEO of the New Jersey Economic Development Authority. Mary Maples is in the House. Rob Acero Angelo was stuck in the elevator. Did he make it out? Literally, he's in the Gateway building. He said his final act as the Commissioner of Labor and Workforce Development is that he's stuck in the elevator. You can't make that up. Technology at play. Dave Cole is with us. Dave is for me and will be for the governor-elect the head of the New Jersey Innovation Authority, right? So that's the new title. Angela Bethea is with us, who is the acting secretary of higher education. I want to give Carolyn Cannella on my team a big shout out, who helped get us to today, and the person who first put the idea in my head 2 or 3 years ago. We all should go visit the guys at NVIDIA, the First Lady of the great state of New Jersey, Tammy Murphy. And speaking of NVIDIA, I want to give a shout out to Ronak Shah, John Coyne, and Sarah Weinstein. And finally, most importantly, I want to thank the co-founder of NVIDIA and Jersey native, Chris Malachowski. Chris grew up down by us in Ocean Township, is a proud graduate of Ocean Township High School. In fact, just a few years ago, you were inducted into their Hall of Fame. Chris, welcome back. And to you and all of your colleagues, thank you for choosing New Jersey. This moment literally does not happen without you. So in my view, we are all carrying forward our state's legacy of legendary innovation, one that is defined by names like Thomas Edison or all the luminaries at Bell Labs, and certainly now Chris and his colleagues at NVIDIA. And with the MOU that we're celebrating and signing this morning, we're going to ensure that NVIDIA and the Great Garden State grow to new heights together for many years to come. NVIDIA's story is truly remarkable. What began as a company focused on graphics for gaming has evolved into the defining force behind the AI revolution. But as is the case with all great pioneers, what has powered NVIDIA's success is not merely the commercial potential. It is a bold and unifying vision for the future of innovation. And with this MOU, we're making a commitment to realize that vision right here in New Jersey. It will create a statewide framework for bringing together our government, research universities, our community colleges, the New Jersey AI Hub, and of course, NVIDIA. And together we're going to advance AI education, workforce development, research, and innovation at scale, so we can prepare New Jersey students, innovators, and workers to shape the future of AI and not get run over by it. And with this morning's announcement, we're not just marking a new collaboration. We're also putting money on the table. Earlier this week, and I want to thank them, the state legislature approved a $25 million investment to support a statewide supercomputer initiative for New Jersey's institutions of higher learning. This is a catalytic investment that will eventually help equip our students, researchers, and entrepreneurs with state-of-the-art resources to explore the possibilities of generative artificial intelligence and prepare for tomorrow's economy. Now, I know when folks hear a word like supercomputer, they're thinking about maybe HAL 9000 in 2001, The Space Odyssey. I recognize I'm dating myself. Or for the younger folks, Jarvis from the Iron Man movies. And while I 1,000% defer to Chris when it comes to translating the details of AI and its infrastructure into plain English, I think it's more accurate to think of this as an engine that, once completed, will help power cutting-edge AI platforms. AI platforms that will be accessible to our state's emerging innovators and intellectuals at universities with us today, so they can work at the forefront of this profound realm of innovation. The fact is, the students of New Jersey's best and brightest deserve the best possible tools to build the future together. I hope we're okay over there. This announcement is also one of the most thrilling developments when it comes to revitalizing New Jersey's innovation economy. But it is also the latest, and I would argue perhaps greatest, in a long list of creations that I believe will come to define our administration's legacy. For instance, I mentioned earlier the New Jersey AI Hub, which is a partnership among Princeton University, Microsoft, CoreWeave, and others, and they're also a signatory to this MOU. And the Hub is already convening our state's brightest minds to unlock new discoveries. And importantly, it is one of 12 strategic innovation centers up and down the state that we've launched over the past few years. And these hubs, which are discipline-focused, are positioning the people of Jersey to lead the future of industries like fintech, aerospace, life sciences, to name a few. And I would suspect that there will be a lot of cross-pollination in terms of AI applications across these various entities. And then additionally, with efforts like our AI Moonshot that we announced a couple of years ago, or the New Jersey Innovation Evergreen Fund, we're also setting a national standard for harnessing our state's resources and then empowering our young problem solvers to unleash new technological breakthroughs that will change lives all across the world for the better. And while each one of these investments and initiatives may be unique, they're all oriented around a similar goal: lifting up emerging New Jerseyans so they can lead the economies of the future. And though the seeds that we're planting today in our innovation economy may not bloom today or even tomorrow, I am confident that in the years to come they will blossom in the form of the next, you name it, Johnson & Johnson, Campbell's, Prudential, or indeed NVIDIA. So the bottom line is New Jersey is once again building the future. And it is a future we are honored to build alongside our amazing partners in academia as well as the most influential companies on the planet. No better example than NVIDIA. Now, as you can imagine, with just 4 days to go, Chris and NVIDIA, our academic partners, and my team and I have been working in lockstep with the governor-elect and her team. And she and they have been fabulous. Indeed, Mikey asked me to read the following from her. By the way, she would be here, but as it was 8 years ago today, it's hard to believe her inauguration weekend is kicking off literally as we speak. So she sends her regrets, but she did ask me to say the following, which she wrote and sent to me. This project, and I quote her, "This project represents a historic opportunity to expand New Jersey's economic and higher educational competitiveness, and create a new hub of artificial intelligence research and development right here in the Garden State. I'm excited to work with all the partners involved to move this project forward collaboratively as governor, and am thankful to Governor Murphy, his entire team, and Chris for their tireless work to get us to this point. It will take coordination and teamwork from partners across the state to ensure we maximize the return of this investment for New Jerseyans. But together we can ensure this result in more external grant funding for our institutions of higher education, greater educational opportunities for our students, and more investment by industry in this sector. Well said. Again, she sends her very best wishes. With that, please help me welcome the guy without whose vision and generosity, including of spirit and of mind, we would not be here today. He's from Jersey, baby. Chris Malachowski.
Well, I guess I should have written something. Well, thank you, Governor. I'm here representing a company who is happy to partner with the state to further the ambitions that this administration and others and leaders here have put forth with the AI hub, with the great academic and research schools here. And our aim is to further those ambitions by working with you, using our resources, our expertise, our assets to enhance your vision. And the goal is, and we're doing this kind of broadly, to enhance economic opportunity and to maximize the benefit that we can get from AI, avoid the downsides, and do it in a way that sort of democratizes the benefit. There's so much of what's going on here in New Jersey that mirrors the industries and initiatives that we care about as a company. Workforce development, AI literacy, promoting industries that have life-changing benefits, all pharma, healthcare, the industries here, telecommunications and manufacturing are all things that we invest in. And when we realized that here was a state, and one that I can proudly call my own, had already made these investments. Governor Murphy and his team came out to California, met with my partner Jensen and myself over multiple years, and had a vision. And I'll tell you, it's not common across the country that somebody would invest in themselves to ferret out what this new thing was, understand what its opportunities and potential was, and to start moving, to take action, to make investments, to set up the New Jersey hub, to align the schools and the industries. So my hat's off to you, Governor, and your administration and the leaders here in New Jersey. We're proud and pleased to commit ourselves to work alongside you to advance your initiatives and use our resources and our people, our time to go down that road together. So, because I didn't write something and I don't want to overspeak, let me end there and leave for our next speakers. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. I mentioned, it was, I think, at the time, Mary's predecessor, Tim Sullivan. Carolyn was along for at least one of these visits, and I mentioned Tammy said, we should go visit these guys at NVIDIA. And we connected with Jensen, who's Chris's co-founder of NVIDIA, and we had a very good meeting with him, and he's been very helpful to us as well, and I want to give him a shout out and upset you. But at the end of the meeting, he said, Murphy, by the way, you're meeting with the wrong co-founder. Malachowski's from Jersey. You got to meet him. He's the guy you got to sit with. And we ultimately found our way to Chris. So deep thanks to you and for everything, and to your colleagues, including Jensen. I mentioned we have about a half dozen. Rob, you're here. Okay, Rob Asari, Angelo. I'm sorry about that, buddy. your last ignominious act as Commissioner of Workforce Development and Labor. So, welcome. I mentioned we have a half a dozen institutions of higher education with us today. We have the AI Hub. We've got Aaron representing community colleges, but we have two presidents, importantly, and they're two of the most important institutions of higher education. I'd love to ask them each to come up and say a few words. First up, he landed in Jersey on July 1st as the president of Rutgers University, and he's off to an extraordinary start. Please help me welcome President Dr. Bill Tate.
I'd like to thank the governor, legislators, the EDA for their role they've played. I am not surprised, Governor, that it was the First Lady's vision. Thank you, First Lady. This is the first step in a very important process for all of us. It's exciting for Rutgers and all of our higher education partners. We're honored to be engaged in this and to collaborate in this statewide initiative. Entering into this agreement will be transformative for higher education, for Rutgers, and for our students and faculty. The opportunities for further incorporating AI into our work and into the work of higher education is extremely important. The only thing holding us back is our creativity and innovation. And it will not hold us back because we promise to be creative and be ingenious in how we operate. Helping students develop career and job skills that expand their abilities and align with the economic needs of the state is a priority of the partnership, and it's a priority of Rutgers. Equipping our researchers with greater capacity that accelerates discovery and innovation across medicine, science, business, agriculture. And I've learned something about this thing called the Jersey Shore. The coast is extremely important. Allow me to geek out for a moment. When you think about a supercomputer, you often, as you say, you don't really understand what it does. But just take the coast. It's an amazing place here. It has important spatial data, block by block, shore by shore. It has important temporal data. We have to look at this entity called the shore in minutes to decades. It has probabilistic nature to it. We have to predict now, but we have to predict now over and over and over and over again. Every single day we're predicting about what's going to happen. It requires forecasts into perpetuity. It's a coupled system. It's water. It's the atmosphere. It's infrastructure and people. You don't do that with your iPhone. You don't do that with a small cloud. You have to have supercomputing. It's extremely important. So I want people to continue to enjoy that shore, and things like this investment allow us to do it. Like our partners in this endeavor, Rutgers has been at this for many years, working with and advancing AI. Our researchers use AI and machine learning to predict health outcomes such as cardiovascular disease, to evaluate and improve the safety of bridges, to combat and prevent cyber attacks, to enable people with disabilities to have wearable robots to perform jobs they would never be able to do absent the computing technology. Just as important, we are going to use it to secure the truth by identifying deep fakes. We want to have researchers understand the risk of AI and avoid misuse of this technology. We're focused on ensuring the most responsible and ethical use of AI. We need to constantly assess its impact on mental health, on the environment, on energy, and the economy. But we endeavor to advantage every life-changing possibility and benefit that we could have in this collaboration to ensure the future of this state. Rutgers welcomes the tremendous partnership with the state government, our research universities, and private sector partners. We're committed to a broad access of transformative technology that will accelerate innovation and entrepreneurship and bring enormous new opportunities for education and workforce today. If I had to answer the question, why am I here? It's opportunity. We look forward to the next steps in this process. And I'd like to conclude by saying, Chris, it's been an honor to meet you, and we look forward to working with you and all of our industry partners to make this happen. Thank you.
I should say, and Chris is not only a graduate of high school in New Jersey, but also the University of Florida. Bill comes to us as the former president of Louisiana State University, and the Florida experience is well known throughout the SEC as well. So that is not, he does not come into this cold. So deep thanks again, Bill, for your leadership. Last but not least, another outstanding leader and president, in this case of the New Jersey Institute of Technology, President Dr. Tech Lim. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Governor Murphy, and also First Lady. I'm going to miss traveling with both of you globally to promote New Jersey. And thank you for the service, both of your service to the state of New Jersey. I think we benefited significantly from your presence here. So it is a privilege to be here today as we announce this exciting and transformative collaboration. I want to thank Governor Murphy, Chris Malachowski, NVIDIA, my higher ed colleagues for coming together to make this possible. In real time, we are witnessing the power of generative artificial intelligence and machine learning to transform industry, to transform lives, as well as rapid advancement and deployment of new AI-enabled tools in nearly every aspect of our lives and career. You know what? I think we're in a technological revolution. Developing the New Jersey Supercomputer Initiative presents an opportunity for higher education, government, and industry to partner on a flagship statewide approach to advancing shared AI infrastructure, education, and research capacity. As New Jersey's only public polytechnic university, NJIT, and its greatest producer of technological knowledge and talent, NJIT is proud to be a key contributor and leader in this effort to advance and apply AI strategically to benefit individuals, industry, and society as a whole. So bringing together NVIDIA, NJIT, Princeton, Rutgers, Stevens, and the New Jersey Council of County Colleges, and New Jersey AI Hub will marshal the state's greatest intellectual and technical resources in this rapidly expanding field and chart a course for providing curricular collaboration, program expansion, AI skills training, infrastructure and platform design, certifications and career pathways, community engagement, research collaboration, and the development of innovative ecosystem, and much, much more. So I am enthusiastic that this collaboration will position New Jersey at the cutting edge in defining the future of AI development and implementation. To finish it off, I believe this is the beginning of an exciting partnership, and I look forward to working with all of you in the interest of our students and the people of the state of New Jersey. Thank you so much, and thank you, Chris and NVIDIA. Thank you.
Tech, thank you very much for that, and again for your leadership, and Bill likewise, to all the higher ed representatives. I didn't hear Rowan on that list, Tony, but we know we have you in the house here. With that, Chris, guys, if it's okay, shall we go over and do a ceremonial signing here? All righty. Could take some advice as to, we're all going to gather around here. Mary, I think you're signing on behalf of the state, so let's get Chris to go first, and then I think you're up here. We could fill in all the details later on. That is a signature. Mary, why don't you come in?
Absolutely.
You could be a doctor.
Sign of goodness.
Okay.
Mine takes a little longer.
Yours takes a little longer.
Shorten it.
I'm giving you the pen.
Oh, okay. Congratulations.
Folks, come on in here. Tech is, I see NJIT, come on. By the way, we're down to our last few pens. I can't give everybody
must be the end of the administration.
Chris has already signed for Princeton, but I'm not sure if Dave wants to come in and.
The president.
Yeah, the president is good for here. Bill Tate is in the house. Where are you, Bill? There you go. I think Alan has already signed for you guys, right? Hi, Lynn. How are you? Good. Let me just, Chris Eisgruber, Ali Hushman. Aaron, you're here. Why don't you sign in? Right. There you go, buddy. Even though you've technically already signed. You could not be a doctor with that signature. Leah, why don't you sign in? I know you've already done that. There you go. Okay, thank you. Thank you, one to tech.
Thank you so much.
I hope everyone's watching. These are the last pens I'm giving out.
Precious one.
Thank you. Leon, I'm going to give this to you. So this is signed. This is an extraordinary moment.
Just a photo, group photo.
We'll do a group shot, okay?
Hi, everyone. 1, 2, 3, please. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Maybe from the podium, take it, if it's okay with you and you guys, to take any questions you all may have that are on topic. On topic. Everybody good? Again, I can't. Hey, Daniel.
Hello, Governor. Can you guys just speak to this MOU and how long it's going to last and what you hope to work with the Sherrill administration on this? What it'll look like?
Well, I'll start. Chris, you should chime in, or either of the presidents. We hope it goes on for a long time. And as I say, I can't say this more strongly. Mikey's been. I think you guys spoke just the other day. We hosted Chris for dinner, and she sat right beside Chris. We recognize that any initiative that would start in our time had to have complete buy-in from the Sherrill administration, and she's been terrific about that. And I think it's broad enough, and I'll ask Chris to add any color he'd like to add here. I think it's broad enough that it gives us all a lot of latitude. The state, NVIDIA, the institutions of higher education. And again, I keep coming back to this theme. I might have gotten this from you, actually. We kind of have two. I mentioned this in my State of the State address the other day. We have kind of two choices with AI: either get run over by it, where other people set the terms, or get on the front of the train and help shape it on our terms and democratize it, which is a verb that Chris used and I've started to use because it captures so much of the objective here. So for all those reasons, I'm incredibly excited. Chris, anything you want to add?
Yeah, I actually don't have I don't remember if the MOU actually had a date, an expiration date, but like New Jersey, we don't plan on going anywhere. So we're in it. We're in it for keeps. We're in it to get the benefit out of it. And we're in it, the governor mentioned not get run over by AI. The way you avoid all the downside rhetoric that's put out there is you teach people how to be augmented by AI, not replaced by it. To partner with this thing so that the two, you and your AI buddy are better together than either of you are alone. Then the downside goes away, and that's as a company, we're trying to promote. I think this is the purpose of the initiatives that you've been hearing about that the governor and his administration invested in, and it's probably why you guys are here, because we all want the benefits and we want to avoid the downside, and I think we can do it. We're going to put our effort and time and expertise behind it. States like this are going to do it, and your economies should benefit. Your students should find jobs. Maybe better than others, because you like I said, I think you're actually out in front and have thought about this longer and clearer than a lot of places. So.
Well said. I meant to say, my mother used to say, you're known by the company you keep. NVIDIA is the most valuable company in the world. We're keeping damn good company today. Let me just say that. And by the way, I'm not going to put words in your mouth. You're not doing this with every state in America, right? This is a pretty select, so there's a badge of honor as it relates to that as well, which we're humbled by. Real quick, Daniel.
Okay, you said that the state's investing some 20-odd million. Can you just explain why that's needed and what the dollar figure is for the investments on NVIDIA's end for this?
I don't want to speak for NVIDIA, but on the $25 million side, it is to basically create the infrastructure and sort of contextual environment for all of what we think can come out of this, whether it's specifically supercomputer or more broadly the initiatives. It'll be run, I don't know where Mary went, but it'll be run through the Economic Development Authority. That was important for our administration and also to Mikey. So as that money's deployed, it'll be deployed in a sort of coordinated, sensible fashion. That's what we've done, by the way. This is not unique in that respect. That's typically how we have funded programs like this. None more exciting than this one. Anything you want to say on the NVIDIA side?
We're not specifically committing money. We're committing our time and resources, so there's not a dollar value on it. However the state chooses to spend their money, we're pretty agnostic. We just want to promote the benefits of AI and get everybody to the economies and the students' workforce to have a bright future. So I'll leave it at that.
I love the verb democratize. That to me captures what we're doing here, right? I want to say on behalf of Chris and NVIDIA, on behalf of Tech and Bill and the other institutions of higher ed, the NJAI Hub, our administration, Mikey's incoming administration, huge thanks for coming out today, and to the partners who helped get this to where it is, huge thanks. And the future is bright, and we are thrilled not just by the specific initiatives that this MOU speaks to, but more broadly the continuation and growing of our innovation economy, which we think is rightfully ours. Again, Chris, biggest thanks to you. Thank you all, folks.